from the Turks and Caicos, but they are on the minds of Turks and Caicos labor and human rights officials. The migrant worker has fundamental rights, and during the two-day employment and labor relations seminar, those rights were a hot-button issue.
As the Labor Department and Tribunal fuse to battle constant problems, there is another department that will have to do their part to ensure that certain protocols are followed. What the Human Rights Commission means to the migrant worker was one of the big discussions at the recent two-day Employment and Labor Relations Seminar. Chairman for the Human Rights Commission, Doreen Crouch-Mizik, talked about our obligations in regard to the rights of the migrant workers, and Commissioner of Labor Willett Swan agreed with what was said.
The Human Rights Commission, I expect, through the governor's office, would be the first line for sending international reports on conventions that we have to report on. And what they'll do is they will send the labor sections of those report to us and get our answers and just incorporate them in the rest of the report that they get from other departments, etc.
He said that there are major issues in regards to labor. In a previous newscast, the commissioner talked about incorrect practices, procedures for legal entry, and the law in the management of work permits.
Well, if any labor concern would come to our offices, and we're happy to report that we've just about finished the 2007 Labor Administration report, which we'll hand to the minister. And in discussing it with the minister a few weeks ago, we reported that the Department of Labor was able to have employers and workers settle 93% of the disputes reported to us, and we only send 6% to the Labor Tribunal. So those kinds of good statistics, if we can get that in the public's eye, I believe it'll make a difference.
He said that the commission will be able to give sound advice to the labor board and vice versa.
Well, it shouldn't be. Labor Department should be the highest profile entity in your country. But I expect it'll have a higher profile, and it'll get, as a result of the higher profile, it'll have more influence, it'll get more attention, and some things will be done as a result.
The Human Rights Commission falls under the Ministry of Health. Board members will be appointed by the governor. The Human Rights Commission has been sent back to the House for further debate, and provisions will be made where necessary. It then goes back to the House for passage. For WIV4 News, I'm Angie Saint.
Good information.